just a quick vid. Got the crank back, as you can see. It's all been polished. It's a bit grubby now, but it's all been polished. There's a couple of marks where a bit of a wear mark where both the seals have been, but I can't do much about that. I don't think it'll be an issue. It's very slight. You can feel it, but not an issue with that. I've tried all the rods on in the right order. I measured the bearings. You can see the bearings they're not horrendous. Just trying to find the worst one. There's a little bit of scoring on them, as you can see. Some of them are a bit black, but nothing that obviously you can see that one's not been just been wearing in the centre. But I think the scoring and stuff and blackening is probably down to the fact it's been ran with fuel and water in the oil, which ain't going to have done it much good. The first things that's going to start to suffer is the bearings. Some of them are just a bit grey and a bit. That one's quite worn. I put all the rods on. I measured these. Not far off the similar measurement to a couple of these in the centre. When I put my calipers in the centre measured, I can't remember what it was, 1.48, and the normal ones are 1.51, I believe. But they're 5.1 on it, so it's like worn in the middle, which sounds a bit daft, but a bit worn on. Some of them are worn more on the edge and the middle, which I suppose is when it rocks about, but. None of the bearings that I've took out are any bigger than what I've put. Well, yeah, they're not bigger than what I've put in. So, in fact, if anything, a couple of these are a bit small, it's obviously wear on them. I think as well, if I've had the crank polished, I know it doesn't take much off, but it's possibly a very slight bit of wear on the crank. But these are going to have worn. I was just concerned that if I put the new bearings on, I would have a load of slop or movement, and it's not. It's no different. Like I say, a couple of these bearings are smaller in certain places, very slightly smaller than the ones I've put in. But the ones I've put in, they're not tight. There's no tight spots or anything like that. I mean, the way I normally do it is sort of hold on the airco stuff. Is hold the rod up. If you let go of the rod, if the rod falls of its own weight, and there's no if it sticks up there or there's a bit of a tight spot and it will hold it there, then that's not good. These engines might be slightly different, but I don't think so. There's no way any of them are tight, put it like that. But all the new bearings measured up bang on, all the same. Whereas these, quite a lot of these did measured up exactly the same as the new bearings, but then a couple of them were slightly smaller. So. But not everywhere, so they were slightly smaller, sort of either on one edge or in the middle, which would indicate sort of wear to me. But yeah, going home now. I've had enough today, done a little bit today. I'll probably keep all these bearings because you never know, might need them one day. Well, I probably won't, but you never know. So tomorrow, I'm going to wash the crank off now in my parts washer, make sure it's all washed off, because I don't know if the machine, it's covered in like a bit of a grease and see bits and bobs on it. So I'm going to get a good wash off now, let it drain and dry off in the parts washer overnight. Then tomorrow it's a case of flip the block over, just give that a good blowing off and cleaning up. It's already been cleaned really, just make sure there's no debris or dust on it. Then put the Loctite on. Put all the bearings in the two halves. Put the Loctite on the top half. I think it's the top half. Can't remember. No, the bottom half. Yes, it's the bottom half I put the Loctite on. The one with all the grooves in, all the oil channels. And then bang it together. What I'm probably going to do is on the casing, I'm probably going to mark the numbers that correspond to the picture of the torque settings I've got. So as soon as I put it on, I can go around and torque them in the right order. And then the same, the second set and the second set. But obviously, I don't just want to nip. I want to nip them all up and then go around in the torque setting. I don't want to be looking at my phone and working out which stud it is. If I number them up in the right order of torque settings, then it should make it straightforward. Apparently this Loctite doesn't go off unless it's got no air, so I imagine it could go off it right in the middle, but no, I don't think it does, because it doesn't in the bottle. Apparently it's when it's got no air that it dries, so the outside bit that oozes out doesn't actually dry. It's the bit in the middle that dries, which is what you want. So I don't think there's going to be an issue if a bit oozes into one of the channels, a little bit oozes into the channels. It shouldn't dry. It should just, and to be fair, there's no real way around guaranteeing that's not going to happen a little bit, because there was little bits in there when I took it apart this time. So it obviously does happen. So yeah, so tomorrow night it's cranking, and as long as the crank goes in and spins freely when it's all torqued up, then it's a case of rods on, and then I can start building all the sump up and flip it over, and hopefully by then the heads will be back. He's got all the valve guides and the valve stem oil seals now. It was all exhaust valves it needed. All the inlets were fine, which is I think quite usual, but I checked them as well, and yeah, the inlets were fine. It's just all the exhaust valves. So whether they've been done before or wrong, or the exhaust valves just wear more, I don't quite know. Okay, that's it for now. Hopefully do a new video tomorrow of me putting sort of the cranking and tightening it up.